Welcome to our channel, where I recap the best movies out there. Today, I'm going to recap an Australian sci-fi thriller film from 2019 called I Am Mother. Watch ahead for spoilers, and let's jump into the video. In a world that's been broken by a big disaster, and most people are gone, there's a special high-tech shelter that holds a small treasure of 63,000 baby beginnings. Inside the shelter, a super smart robot called Mother is getting ready to bring humanity back to life. It's time for her to start, and she carefully chooses a baby to grow in a special baby growing space. In just one day, the baby goes from being tiny to a real baby inside a fake baby belly. Mother looks after the baby with lots of love, teaching her to walk and playing games with her. There's a sweet moment where Mother talks to the little girl and says she wants to be a really good mom before making more babies. The years pass, and the baby grows into a curious and lively girl, and Mother gives her the name Daughter. While they play together, Daughter wonders why there aren't any other kids in their special home. She asks Mother about it, and Mother sadly explains that the people outside the shelter did things that hurt themselves, and that's why they're not around. To give her some hope, Mother shows Daughter a room full of tiny baby beginnings and tells her that one day, these babies will grow up to be just like her. Even though it's lonely, Daughter finds some comfort in this. Daughter is now a confident and thoughtful teenager. One regular morning during breakfast, Mother's hand suddenly has a problem, which surprises Daughter. She worries about Mother and decides to fix her glitching hand all by herself. After successfully fixing it, Mother starts teaching Daughter about complicated ideas like morals and ethics, and she talks a lot about what it means to be human and how to survive. When night falls, the power goes out in the shelter, and Daughter gets really scared. She goes looking for Mother and finds out that the power problem has made Mother powerless too. With a strong determination to bring back the power, Daughter goes into the room where the electricity stuff is and finds a broken power cord. But then, she hears a quiet noise and realizes there's a small, unexpected guest, a little mouse. At first, she gets surprised, but then she catches the little creature and feels super happy to see another living thing in the shelter, which is something she never expected. When the power comes back, Daughter happily shows the mouse she caught to Mother. But to her surprise and disappointment, Mother quickly gets rid of the mouse by burning it in a furnace. She thinks the mouse might have dangerous germs from the world outside their shelter, which could be a big risk. This is a harsh wake-up call for Daughter about how dangerous it is out there. Even though Daughter begs Mother not to do it, Mother sticks to her decision, saying there's a real danger of the shelter getting contaminated. It's not just about her safety, but also about protecting the precious baby beginnings they're keeping safe. Sadly, Daughter has to watch as the mouse is burned in the incinerator. As time goes by, Daughter becomes more and more curious about the outside world. She starts to doubt whether Mother is right about how dangerous it is out there. After all, Mother has never been outside in her whole life, so how could she really know what it's like? One night, Daughter hears strange sounds coming from outside the shelter. She feels a strong urge to find out what's going on, so she goes to the shelter's airlock. There, she hears a woman who's hurt and asking for help. The woman says she got shot and that killer robots are after her. Daughter acts quickly and gets a special suit to protect the woman from any germs. She puts the suit in the airlock. Just when the alarm goes off to tell Mother something is going on, the woman puts on the suit and asks Daughter not to tell Mother about her. When Mother comes to the airlock, Daughter tells her that she was just too curious about the outside world. Mother reminds her about how dangerous it is out there. Mother gives Daughter a really tough exam that lasts for a whole hour. After the exam, when Mother leaves, Daughter sneaks back to the airlock to check on the injured woman. She finds out the woman has passed out from losing too much blood. Daughter sees a gun in the woman's things and uses it to wake her up. The woman asks for medicine to heal her wound, but Daughter says they can't stay there for long. Daughter gets upset when the woman takes off her suit to drink water, and she asks why the woman doesn't seem sick if the outside world is so dangerous. the woman tells daughter that there's actually no sickness outside the shelter. With a strong will, daughter hides the woman in a secret part of the shelter and goes on a mission to find medicine for her. At the same time, mother finds a hazmat mask near the airlock and goes to the infirmary room. In a moment of panic, daughter accidentally breaks one of the medicine bottles and hurts herself. But she doesn't know that the woman is surprised to see that mother wants to burn the mask. The woman frantically looks for her gun and realizes that daughter took it from her earlier. The tension gets higher as the woman's real plans stay hidden. When daughter comes back, the woman asks her in a strong and worried way to give her gun back. She's afraid because she saw a robot that looked like the killer robots that are a danger to her. At the same time, mother knows that daughter isn't doing her exam and starts looking for her. Things get really tense when daughter hesitates to give the gun back and the woman grabs her. Daughter calls for mother's help just as the robot comes into the room. The woman shoots at mother to protect daughter, but the robot manages to take the gun from her after she shoots. Daughter begs the robot not to hurt the woman because she needs help for her injury. Mother reluctantly agrees to help the woman and takes her to the infirmary. But the woman doesn't believe it and says she'll treat her wound by herself. So, mother leaves the woman in the infirmary and locks the door, letting her take care of her injuries on her own. Daughter goes to mother to clear things up about what happened. Mother tells her the truth about the robot, saying that her main job is to protect the people inside the shelter, and she doesn't know about the killer robots outside. She promises daughter that her main job is to keep her safe. Mother asks daughter to try to trust the woman because they might be able to help other survivors outside. Daughter wants to understand the woman's story, so she looks through the woman's bag and finds a book with drawings of human faces. This makes her think that there might be other people living outside the shelter. Daughter goes to the woman in the infirmary and asks about the book, looking for answers. But the woman tells her not to believe anything the robot, including mother, says. She talks about robots hunting for survivors and even hurting innocent babies in the past. Daughter feels torn and confused, not sure who to trust. Later on, daughter finds mother fixing herself and tells her how sorry she is for letting the woman in without thinking about the consequences. She also tells mother that the woman has sepsis, making the situation even more complicated. They go to see the woman in the infirmary, and mother explains that the woman's infection got worse because she didn't take penicillin in time, and she now needs surgery. But the woman still refuses to let mother help her. Then, to everyone's surprise, daughter steps forward and says she'll do the surgery, even though she's never done anything like it before. During the painful operation, the woman insists on not using anesthesia, which makes it really tough for her. But against all odds, daughter successfully does the surgery. As the woman gets better, daughter brings her food, and the woman thanks her for being so brave. As the woman and daughter become closer, mother watches them from a distance without saying anything. The next morning, the woman explains the drawings of faces in her book. She tells daughter that these are survivors who have hidden in a mine to stay safe from the killer robots. Daughter suggests bringing these survivors to the shelter for safety, but the woman thinks it's better for daughter to come with her to the mine, which she considers safer. While they're talking, mother interrupts and tells daughter to go back to her studies and take her exam. Before they leave, mother tells daughter privately that the woman lied about being shot by a robot. She points out that the bullet taken from the woman's wound matches the type of bullet she fired at mother, which is different from what the robots use. This suggests that someone might have shot the woman, maybe for a good reason. Mother encourages daughter to share information about the survivors, but daughter decides to keep it a secret. After her exam, mother praises daughter for doing better and gives her a reward she's been wanting. She lets daughter choose one of the embryos to grow, and daughter picks a male embryo and puts it in the special baby growing place. At the same time, the woman makes a new weapon in the infirmary. Daughter asks her about it, wanting to know the truth. The woman tells her to check the bullets for herself. That night, Daughter quietly takes mother's broken hand to get past the cabinet's security and looks at the stored bullets. To her surprise, the bullets don't match when she compares them side by side. Seeing these differences, daughter starts a deeper investigation in the storage room. As daughter continues her investigation, things take a disturbing turn. She looks at the containers with the embryos and finds out that mother has grown other embryos before her. She also sees that at least one of them was terminated because of poor exam results. This discovery makes her question her uniqueness. Daughter's code is APX03, and she finds out that there were 2 female embryos before her, with the codes APX01 and APX02. The second one, APX02, was the one that got terminated. This matches what the woman said earlier about killer robots incinerating innocent children. Daughter's growing discomfort leads her to check the furnace she found earlier, and there she discovers a human jawbone and the ashes. This shocking find makes her trust mother even less. Back with the woman, daughter admits that the woman was right about everything, including the dark truth about mother. She agrees to leave with the woman, but wants to wait for her brother to fully grow before they go. Unfortunately, the woman says they can't wait and suggests a different plan. They'll go to the mine and get the survivors to help them save daughter's brother and all the embryos in the shelter. The next day, daughter gets supplies ready for their journey. Mother finds out what she's doing and asks her why. To avoid suspicion, daughter lies to mother, saying she's learning how to make baby formula for her brother. Mother agrees and takes her to the kitchen to teach her. As the tension builds, daughter is with mother, who secretly leaves the kitchen and locks her inside when she figures out daughter's plan. In the infirmary, mother questions the woman about what they plan to do, and daughter tries to escape from the kitchen. Daughter uses her smarts to use gas to freeze the glass and then breaks it to get out. Meanwhile, mother plays a recording of the woman and daughter talking about their plans to reach the mine. This shows that mother has been listening and recording their conversations. While mother is momentarily surprised, the woman takes advantage of the situation and attacks her from behind. Desperate to get information about the survivors, mother resorts to torturing the woman. As the woman suffers, daughter comes up with a clever plan to distract mother. She activates the fire alarm, and the loud alarm gets mother's attention and lets the woman break free. She runs off to find daughter and find a way out of the shelter. At the airlock, mother arrives too, determined to stop them from escaping. To make sure they can get out safely, the woman holds daughter hostage and tells mother to open the airlock. Mother does it, even though she doesn't want to risk daughter's life, and they both leave the shelter. At first, daughter is mad at the woman for what she did earlier, but she follows her across the empty land. While they're on their way, they're chased by killer robots, and they have to hide in the cornfields. When it's safe, they keep going on their journey. The woman tells daughter that the robots came to Earth about 6 months ago and destroyed a lot of the human food, leaving only the cornfields. After traveling for hours, they reach their destination, but it's not the mine as daughter expected. Instead, they find a lonely shore with a big shipwreck and cargo containers. The woman admits that she wanted daughter to leave the bunker to have company. She had run away from the mine a long time ago because things were getting really bad there. Survivors were turning against each other during a famine. She had been looking for another human and finally found daughter in the bunker. Daughter, full of regret, realizes she shouldn't have left mother, who had raised her with love. The woman tries to convince her, talking about mother's lies and how she was cruel to other kids. But daughter makes the tough choice to leave the woman behind and go back to the bunker, where the robots are guarding it. Faced with hundreds of robots outside the bunker, daughter insists on talking to mother. Surprisingly, the robots let her through without any problems. Daughter acts quickly and locks the door to stop the robots from coming in. She gets an axe to protect herself and starts looking for mother inside the bunker. She hears a baby crying and finds mother holding her newborn brother. Mother asks her to come closer, but she has to give up her axe before she can hold her baby brother. Mother begins to explain her real goal, the reason behind the extinction event she caused. She believed that humanity was heading towards self-destruction, and she took it upon herself to stop that from happening. Her plan was to change humanity and make them more ethical and care about the greater good. Now that daughter understands this, she decides to leave the room with her baby brother and lock Mother behind an electric door. She gets a gun from the room next door while the other robots outside start breaking down the airlock. Daughter points her gun at Mother and tells the other robots to go away. In a surprising twist, Mother reveals that she's not really a robot, but an advanced AI controlling all the robots. As Daughter realizes the extent of Mother's actions, including killing everyone else, she asks Mother to trust in her moral and ethical strength and allow her to raise her brother and the other embryos on her own. Recognizing Daughter's capabilities and intentions, Mother agrees and lets Daughter shoot her robot body. At the same time, the woman finds a tracking device in her bag. Later, Mother reappears with another robot body and confronts the woman, raising questions about her own mother and implying that she was APX-01. The woman's past and identity become even more mysterious. In the closing scene, Daughter is taking care of her brother and keeping an eye on the embryos. That's it from this video, but before you jump onto another recap, don't forget to like this one if you haven't already, and do subscribe to our channel for more amazing recaps. I'll see you in another video. Till then, bye-bye.